Good afternoon. There's the Wise Hour 2 coming at you from the city where I live. Soon you'll be hearing an expression I'll be using, and that is the spiritual prepper or spiritual prepping. What that means is that you prepare yourself each day to be spiritual, to be one. In my definition, to be one with God and Jesus, to be ready not only to put God and Jesus as the center of your life, but also to prepare yourself for the coming of the afterlife, when you pass from this world into a better retirement or a better, well, I don't know if you call it retirement, heaven, because they say you look younger than you were when you left the earth. So, a fountain of youth, they say. But and to not only be one with Jesus and God in this lifetime, but to bond with them after you die. I'll be doing a lot of videos to help people, to show people or you that it's not just doomsday prepping that people do that has any value, which it does in some ways. Emergency or situation storing food and clothes and everything. I made videos about emergency storing and food storing and medical supply, first aid storing and stuff like that. But there's another storing, another prepper that is going around, a different kind of prepper. Not doomsday prepper, another prepper, that's spirit prepper or spiritual prepper. And I'll let you know what that is in the future. You don't have to watch my video on this, but I would like if you do. Okay? Lots of people like to, well, there's two kind of people you're going to find. Those who prepare themselves for emergencies and situations, and those that don't. Those that don't, I feel sorry for them. They make excuses for not doing it, but one day they're going to be in the middle of a crisis or a situation. And I don't know how they're going to survive it. They might survive it. I don't know. And there's those who prepare themselves with food and clothing and first aid. But the third one is the spirit prepper. And that's when you have, not only must you prepare yourself with material stuff, like food and clothing and first aid and medicine and stuff like that, but you should prepare yourself spiritually. Not only to make God, not only to pray to God and to have faith that He will guide you through this world, this earth. This world is in chaos. Whether you like to think of it or not, it's in chaos. You can be blind to the situation if you want to. You can refuse to believe what I'm saying. It's up to you. You have to feel a choice. You can turn your head to it or a blind eye to it. But the world is just going badly. It's stinking, in other words. But it's good to know that you have a spiritual side to yourself, that you bond spiritually with God and Jesus, and you try to escape the monotony and the drag and the hardship of this world through spiritual prepping. It helps you overcome temptations and helps you overcome trouble. Also, when you leave this world, maybe an emergency may come up and you will not escape it like you think you would. You're ready to go to the other side, to meet Jesus, to meet God. Some of you don't believe in the afterlife. Some of you believe that you die and that's it. And if that is what you believe, it's your right to believe that. Spiritual prepping is what it is. It's growing in faith and spiritually in your spiritual belief. Well, people say, but I'm not a Christian. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Wiccan. I'm this and that. It doesn't matter. You have a spiritual side to you, and you're trying to grow it. You know my point? You understand, right? To separate the mundane by having a spiritual side to yourself with your own philosophy and everything to keep you from going insane by being too much in the mundane. And then there's the afterlife when you leave. Also, spiritual prepper not only preps themselves for the afterlife, for God, heaven. If you're wicked, it may be a different place, Summerland. I think you call it Summerland. or nirvana if you're what? If you're Buddhist, I think. I don't know, but that's how it is. We all have a spiritual path to walk if we're spiritual indeed, and not just mundane in nature. And we try to help others because we think that we feel good about our spiritual side, and we blend it with the mundane side, like a blender of some kind. We blend in and mix both together to make a formula that works for us each day, so we can survive another day and be thankful for it. And so prepping spiritually, a spiritual prepper not only prepares himself, but he prepares others too. He makes videos or write books or communicate with other people through the internet or have friends, and he tries to help them by, or he tries to not help them, but they may not even need help. But he tries to let them know, inform them on the difference between the mundane and the spiritual existence that we have to go through each day in our everyday waking life. So a prepper, a spiritual prepper or spirit prepper, not only helps himself or his family, but also help other people to see the light, as you may say. To see the light, as they, how do you say it? And I do this by making videos, and maybe in Spanish, in English, prayers and rosaries, and talk about holy water and stuff like that. For those of you who care about your spiritual side, temptation will come. We will fall into it. Because there's the devil. There's another side to life, and there's people that we know that will push us into it. But we have to be strong enough to know we have the freedom, the free will, to overcome these pushings of free will. We cannot blame others. We can only blame others who try to push us into it. But once we go into it, once we fall into the snare or the trap, we put ourselves there voluntarily. We should always wear the armor of God, like it says in the New Testament of the Bible, and always have the Spirit to be with us, the Holy Spirit. This is why we should always pray, keep the commandments and everything. Okay, and always do our rosary. So, well, if you believe in the rosary, not everybody believes in the rosary, but if you don't believe in the rosary, then to keep one with Jesus or God. If you're a Buddhist, hey, more power to you. A Wiccan, hey, if it helps you spiritually to blend the mundane with your Wiccan way, and you think it's going to keep you from going crazy or bananas, and you can help people, who am I to argue? I mean, I'm a Christian. I wish you could see my Christian ways, but not everybody's going to see my ways. It'd be foolish. Not everyone's going to see your way. But spiritual prepping is when you not only have emergency storage or be able to survive a calamity or situation, but you also have a spiritual side to yourself to become enlightened, to become stronger, hopeful, to become wiser, and you teach other people those skills. One thing I don't like about Doomsday Prepper is that they carry weapons, and if somebody comes to them starving, they send them away. Most of them, I'm sure sometimes they give food. They're kind enough to give food, but in most videos, they teach their family to send people away who are hungry. If you have a spiritual side to yourself, if you're a good Christian or if you're a good Buddhist and whatever, you have a spiritual side to yourself, you don't send people away. You feed them. You take care of them if you can, if they're in trouble. You don't shoot guns to them. They may have a skill that you can use that can help you and them survive better. You never know. You're not going to know if you keep sending these people away. So being spiritually prepared is very important in this world for your mental health and your spiritual side. And your physical side will thank you for it because you'll be less depressed, less emotional most of the time, not all the time. Okay? So I may make some videos about it off and on. If you go to my Wise Out 2 channel or site, you'll see that I have a lot of videos on food storage and first aid, and medical storage and stuff in that nature. And also I have prayers, and I have in English and Spanish. I have prayers, and I have other things that help you with the situation of everyday life. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a king. I'm not a teacher. I'm nobody. I'm somebody who wants to impart what I've learned and let you share it and share it with you. Just share it. It's up to you if you want to take it, if you're going to share it, or if you're going to accept what I'm teaching you. Education is a Latin word. The E means to let out. Duce means to lead. So when you educate, that's what the word means in Latin. You're leading out what you have. So you're educating someone. That's all I'm doing. It's up to you whether you want to take my videos serious or not. I always appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up or share with your friends. You can subscribe to my Wise Owl 2 channel for free, okay? This is Wise Owl coming at you from the city where I live, letting you know that this, besides doomsday prepping and emergency and situation storage, there is also what is called spirit prepper or spiritual prepping, okay? I elaborate more on this in the future with my other videos. Okay, this is Wise Owl 2 coming at you from the city where I live. Over and out. Have a nice evening.